Quantum leaps are pretty simple to create when you understand this. Quantum leap means that something leaps from here to here in the space of no time. So in the quantum realm, a particle quantum leaps when it is observed here, and in the matter of no time, it's observed here. So it literally means where you observe it, it appears there. When you quantum leaps, you do what we call time collapse. You're trying to collapse time. And collapsing time means that you try to reduce the time between when you want what you want and when it shows up in your physical reality. To fully understand this concept, you want to understand, first of all, that when you want to manifest anything, there is a time between your manifestation, and this is where we all do it wrong. There is when you desire what you desire, which is your intention or your energetic projection, and there's a time space between which it's going to take for that thing to manifest into your physical reality. And I call this time the season of becoming, because this is when you become an energetic match. And the reason why there is a time is because the moment you desire what you desire, energetically, you're not yet a match for it. So what does energetic match mean? It means that in the energy realm, that thing is vibrating at a frequency, and maybe you are not yet vibrating at that frequency, maybe as a result of some things that you hold, limiting beliefs, emotions, or as a level of consciousness that you're operating at right now. So the time between your wanting what you desire and you manifesting it is actually the season during which the work needs to happen. And this is where most people get it wrong. So when you want to quantum leap, what you want to do is that you want to trick that time. You want to manipulate time. You want to change the time between which you want what you want and when it shows up in your life. So it's literally like you are trying to fast forward time. Yeah? And yes, you can do that. Now, first of all, so if you want to understand this concept, you're going to imagine it in three ways. One, we have your energetic projection, which is what you desire. I don't talk about goals here on this channel. We talk about energetic projection. We have you here. We have the physical manifestation of the energetic projection. And then in order for that energetic projection to manifest, you become an energetic match. So we have energetic match here. And then we have time in between, right? So what you want to understand is that, first of all, time is a construct of the three dimension. So time only exists in this three-dimensional reality. From the fourth dimension and above and beyond, there is no time. There is no time in the fifth dimension. And remember, this is where we are manifesting from. And if you're new to this series, go watch other videos to understand 5D manifestation. So in the fifth dimension, there is no manifestation. Or there is no manifestation of time. Time doesn't exist. So if time doesn't exist in the fifth dimension, it means that the minute that you desire what you want in the fifth dimension, you have it. You have it. You literally have it, right? You have it manifested in the fifth dimension. So then how do you collapse the time? Because you live in a 3D plane, and a 3D plane has time. You energetically, you may not yet be a match for it. So people who teach you in the 3D will tell you that, okay, you just need to be patient during that time and all of that. And if you're anything like me, probably it's not like instant gratification, but you like when things happen fast, right? And you want to accelerate your manifestation. So what you do to actually accelerate the manifestation is that you live outside, you start living outside of time. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that you stop seeing time and putting time as a constraint to your manifestation, right? Because in the fifth dimension, there's no time. You go within and become your higher self in that moment, because remember, your higher self is you. It's not a separate part of you. Those of you who live in, maybe who have this illusion of separation, you might start seeing it as another you. No, it's just the you that you have forgotten that you are. Body heart. Now, you embody her. This is not alter ego, because alter ego say create a vision of who you want to be when you have that thing and become that thing. No. Here, I'm not talking about creating an alter ego. I'm talking about transcending the limited identity that you hold and the limited version of self that you currently see. So it's like, this is what I desire. This is who I am as an energy in the 5D. I am higher self. And you are that you right now. Think, what is going to quantum leap you is the time of your embodiment. How fast can you incarnate your higher self right here, right now? Like, how fast can you become, express, embody her? Because she is within, she is you are her. And here's the thing is that most of you think that you don't remember who you are. But remember, you know who you are. You know your higher self. You know this goddess, you, the powers that you have, the spiritual ability, the wisdom, the intelligence, you know who you are as a higher self. Remember, you remember. Simply wake up and remember. When you remember her, be her. Simply let her be. Exist as her, because this is why you incarnated on this earth. You incarnated on this earth to do the work so that you can remember her. And when you remember her, guess what? You live as her self. When you live as your higher self, you collapse the time. Because the only time that exists is the time of becoming. And most people waste a lot of time in this time of becoming because probably they've not done deep inner work, and they are just shifting their limiting belief, and they are just trying to embody an ego or alter ego or a version of self that they think they will be when they have that thing. But I don't want you to be someone you will be when you have that thing, because that's not still you. We don't want you to be that, because that's still like a 4D version of you. The only thing you need to do is awaken, is remember. Remember, oh my God, remember how, this is a channel for somebody. Remember you are a master, you are a spiritual master in a past life. And you decided to come into this plane right here, right now, to learn some lessons and incarnate and get some wisdom. So you are that spiritual master right now, right here. So remember, there's so like, remember that you were this warrior. You were this warrior and you decided to incarnate on this plane. Remember, you were this being of light, warrior being of light. You decided to incarnate here to share the world. And when you remember that and you embody her, you collapse time. Time no longer exists. And this is why in the fifth dimension, you desire something, you ask it when you're operating in that plane, and that thing becomes. From the fifth dimension and above, when you ask that thing becomes, because you're not functioning as a limited version of self. Because, for example, like I said, there's what you want, there's what you desire, and there's a time that it needs for you to manifest that desire, this time. And this time is a season of becoming. And this may not be, and in this season of becoming is when you need to do the inner work. For those of you who are still in the 3D or in the 4D, some of you can't, and this is another thing, you can't skip stages. You can't do spiritual bypassing. If you do spiritual bypassing, it's going to catch up with you. And there's a video that I did here on spiritual bypassing. You can go watch it. If you do spiritual bypassing, it's going to catch up with you, because now you're trying to leave from the third stage, the first stage of consciousness into the third. It's not going to work. It's going to catch up with you. And you watch my video on the stages of consciousness to understand. So what you need to do is, this conversation is for those of you who have been doing inner work already. You've already healed your trauma. You've already shifted your mindset. And you've already done some level of deep healing work. And you've started, and maybe you're on this journey and you're still just trying to manifest using those same tricks, and it's burning you out, and it's a lot of work. You are going to quantum leap when you collapse the time between when you want what you want and who your embodiment of having it. And the becoming process is where time exists. But what if there was no becoming? What if you were already her? What if you were already that person? As your higher self. Remember your higher self. Remember. This is a remembrance. Remember your higher self. So you're going to sit in meditation today. You can put a music for like an hour or whatever. And tap within, shut the mind with the limited thinking. Because the mind is making so much noise. When your brain is making so much noise, you can't connect. So tap within. Remember. And put some guided meditation and just connect with your higher self. Go back within. And as you go back within, listen to the instruction your intuition gives you. When you listen to those intuitions leading, take those actions. And when you take those actions, you're going to manifest what you desire. It's that easy. And it's that simple. So that is how you manifest from time collapse. Hope this video was helpful. Go watch the other videos to fully understand this series. Sending you a lot of love.